this is your e-learning classes and we are on the live class. If you have any problem, you can send me through your messages. And we are starting the third chapter, safety and the first aid. And we know this chapter we have completed in our class 4, in our class 3, but as it is a very sensitive matter, all the time we are having some kind of accident, so we should have to be learn all the traffic rules, we have to learn all the traffic signs very carefully so that we can keep ourselves safe. And this is for your term 1. So we are starting the chapters of term 1 and this is the first chapter of term 1, that is safety and the first aid. Now, why the accidents occur? So what are the reason why we are having some kind of accident? So the only answer is we are having the accidents due to our carelessness. So when we are not careful in the road, when we are not careful inside the classroom, when we are not careful in the playground, that time any kind of mishap can be occurred and any kind of accidents can be occurred. So this is due to our carelessness, the accidents happens every time. Now to save ourselves, it is to be said, no, it is a proverb, ever alert, never alert. That means when you are attentive enough, when you are careful enough, that time you cannot be harmed by any kind of accident because your mind become alert. So you will take decisions quickly, you can take the actions against this type of accident. Maybe you can save yourself from the accident. So you should be careful always, you should be attentive on the road. Don't put some earphone inside your ear and listen the music and crossing the road. When somebody is maybe behind of you, he is honking the horns, he is trying to make you away from the road, but as you are having some earphone or earphone within your ear, you are not able to listen. So these type of acts are very bad acts. You don't have to do these kind of things. You should be very careful about yourself and on the road especially, because day by day vehicles are increasing, so we have to be careful on the road as well as in our home. And we have learned so many rules. Quickly we will revise few of the rules. It is given here. So at first we will see what are the rules in the home, what are the rules in our school. There are some generalized rules are given which we have to rule, we have to obey. Okay, we have to follow these safety rules. So what are these? Do not use blade while you are peeling off your pencil. So when you are peeling your pencil, when you are using a blade are very sharp. We know blades are very sharp. So when you are peeling off your pencil, maybe it can peel off your finger also, and it may got inside your skin and maybe the blade is rusted, so there will be some another kind of problem will occur and you will get injuries. Okay, so don't use any sharp object inside your bag. Suppose you are trying to find out your book, you are trying to searching something inside your bag and there is one sharp thing inside your bag. So it may pierce inside your finger, it may can cut your finger or your palm or any side of your hand, and it may cause a great loss of your blood and there will be injuries. So you should be careful about your injuries and you don't have to put any kind of sharp objects like the knife, like paper cutter, maybe you have forgotten and it is open inside your bag. It may cut your copies also, it may cut your bag also, as well as it can cut your finger or your anywhere in your hand. So you should not be keeping all these things inside your bag. You should be careful about these things. Next one, it will follow, do not throw book or dusters on each other. Generally boys are doing this type of act, girls are not doing, no, they do not just throw the duster on each other, isn't it? So boys, you should be very careful about this, because when you are just throwing the duster, it is heavy and there are 4 edges also. So it may hit on your head, it may cause the eye injury, it may cause your nose injury, it may cause your ear injury, and somewhere it may hit so heavily that there will be a great loss of your bleeding, and maybe there will be some wound that is very dangerous, because head injuries are always dangerous. So we have to be careful about this throwing off the duster and throwing off the board. It is very dangerous and this is not good at all. Okay, this is not a game actually. No, you have to be careful all these things. Now next one is do not climb on the shelves, because sometimes on the edges of our room and sometimes it is in our school we see the shelves are there. So shelves means where we keep our copies, where we keep our all other accessories and the belongings. So few children think that I can climb on this shelf and I can reach up. So this is not a good thinking, because when you are climbing up on the shelf, maybe it cannot load your weight, it cannot balance your weight, and all things will become imbalanced, and along with the shelf you can fall on. Okay, and another thing, maybe it will not hold you so well and you will fall from the top of the shelf, and it can cause a great injury, maybe on your head, maybe somewhere else, maybe you get some fractured bone. Okay, so this is also not at all good act to climb on the shelf. And another is sometimes I have seen also you are coming down from the staircases just like the running. No, you are running on the staircases. So while you are coming down from the staircase and you are running, it is so fast. No, you are running down, and maybe there is some water is fallen, maybe you just forget that there is one more jump and you just jump one stair more than the usual stair. So you will become imbalanced, you can fall from the staircase, you may skid from the staircase. So this staircase you have to be careful, you have to see the staircases, how many steps are there and how you have to come down, how you have to go up. If you are coming down so hurriedly, so it may skid on it, you may fall on from there and you may get some head injuries or the broken of your the bones, and there may be some another kind of injuries also. So you have to be careful about your staircase. Next one, if we'll see, if you are leaving the toys on the floor, what will happen? Because nowadays we see there are a small Hot Wheel cars are there, and sometimes it is so small that we cannot see them. No, if we overlook the things, then we are unable to see them, that may be fallen on the floor, and all of a sudden if you keep your leg or your feet on that car or on that wheel toy, you will skid on your body. Your leg become active, but your body is in the inertia, it is in the resting position. So what will happen? Your leg will move on and your body will fall. So it is another kind of accident you can have. And if there is some sharp object within your box of the toy, on these all are being fallen, these all are being scattered on the floor. So maybe from any kind of sharp object you get injuries. So these all things are to be careful. Okay, these all activity, before to do any kind of these things, you have to think over it, and you have to keep all of your toys within one place, because every house one place is recruited for the toys. So you have to keep all the things either in the basket or wherever in the shelf, wherever it is kept in your room. Okay, so you have to be careful about your toys. Next one is don't jump on the desk. So when you are jumping on the bench or jumping on the desk, it may also fall off, and the edges are sharp, you can again get or wounded from these type of edges. And another one precaution is given here in the school, sometimes you push each other. So pushing is not also good. Maybe it is a friendly push, but your friend may be very careless, he is not so attentively standing on the surface, and all of a sudden when you push that person may fall on. Okay, and it will fall on the road, or it may fall on the ground, and it may cause a injury. And the another one is you don't touch any kind of plug points with your bare handed. Sometimes you are seeing somewhere and you are doing your activity, you are just switching on the board, you are coming from the playground, maybe your hands are wet, and that time if you touches the switch, if you are switching on the board, and there may be some spark, and if there is something leakage, you may get some shock. So electrical shocks are very dangerous, not at all good. You can get any kind of shock. So please don't touch the switchboards with your wet hand and carelessly. Okay. Now move for some another rules. Use zebra crossing to cross the road. Why we have to cross the road from the zebra crossing? Because zebra crossings we have seen on the road, they are parallel white and black lines. So why this is meant for our crossing? These are especially meant for the crossing of the pedestrian. So the all vehicles become slow down from these places. When they are coming towards the zebra crossing, they become slow. So when you are crossing from the zebra crossing, there is less probability of getting accident. So you have to cross the road only from the zebra crossing. Don't cross the road from here and there, because when you are not crossing from the zebra crossing, maybe vehicles may be within their speed, and that time maybe you are crossing the road and that vehicle will try, but sometimes it happens, no, the speeds do not stop all of sudden, so you may get injuries on any kind of accident. Okay. Now we will move. Do not lean out from the moving bus. What is this leaning out? Don't peep out. Peep out means see the things around, whatever is going out of the bus, you just get your head out of the window, and maybe you are not seeing another side. Maybe some pole is there, cemented poles are there, and maybe sometimes the people carry sort of iron rods and these iron sheets, and these are very sharp, and sometimes it happens they are elongated from their vehicle, they are so long, and maybe all of a sudden this type of vehicle come and it can cause a great injury within your mind, brain, head, or from your body part. So you should have to keep all the body organs, all the body parts inside the bus, not outside the bus. Don't think that it is a fun to see outside and peeping outside. Maybe you are safe, but sometimes accidents not always happen, no, but all of a sudden it occurs. So we have to be careful about all these things. Next, do not disturb the driver. As the driver is having lots of responsibility, he is driving the bus, and if you distract that driver, if you talk with him, then what will happen? Maybe he will get distracted, he will move towards you, he will not become so attentive for driving the bus, and that time maybe some another kind of vehicle come all of sudden, and this whole bus get the accident, and the persons who are sitting in the bus, they all will get the accident. So it is also mentioned you, it is also suggested you, when the driver uncle is driving the bus, you don't disturb that person, because that time that person has to be very cautious and alert. Next one is do not play the rough games. Rough games means while you are playing the kabaddi, while you are playing the kho-kho, and there is no game teacher, if there is no instructor or any elder person, that time you become rough, no? You just pull, push each other very roughly. So these all are the things you have to play with the help of your instructor or with the help of your any elder person. And when you are playing among yourself, you should be very disciplined. Otherwise, these types of games may be very rough and they can causes a lots of injury. Okay, so that's all about our rules. Whatever we have to follow on the follow inside the school, follow inside the home, and follow on the road. And there are safety on the road. So there are some kind of signs are given. We should know what does the mean of these signboards and what does this mean of this traffic sign. So these little bit signs are there. There are many kinds of signs which shows us that what the things we have to follow and which type of sign means what. Okay, so we will go through it, and nowadays it is very rapid and very frequent accidents are occurring within the road, because vehicles are too many, all people are using their vehicles and they all are on the road. So roads are so busy, all the time we are listening, the accidents are happening. So we should know all kinds of rules, as well as we should know the sign of the road. So there are so many signs I have drawn to explain you. First one is, this is actually one-way sign. sometimes you see na, the roads are being divided into two parts. They are not only one road, the road is divided into two parts. That means you have to opt only one side of the road. One side of the road means road is divided into two parts. One is the left side, one is the another part is the right side. So from one part you will see the vehicles are coming and another part is meant to for going the vehicle. But when we are merging these things, the accidents will happen. Suppose you will enter inside that side of the road where from where the vehicles are coming. So you will get any kind of accident and no one will be responsible for that type of accident for you. So you have to know this is one-way sign. That means you can enter within the road from only one side, not from the both side. Okay. This is the no U-turn. All roads are actually not made to get the U-turns, because you have seen wherever you can take the U-turn, there is a circular path and you can take the U-turn. So everywhere you cannot take, every road you cannot take the U-turn. There are few roads and there are little bit arrangements are given there. From that road you can take the U-turn. So this is the no U-turn. Third, you will see there is a one trumpet sign and it is being cut off. So why this is cut off? Because this is silent zone and you have to not honk your horn. So why we don't have to honk the this type of musical instrument is being cut means we cannot honk the horn means we cannot blow the horns. We should not blow the horns, we cannot use the horn. Why? Because these are the silent zone. Maybe there is some hospital, maybe there is some ashram or Vriddha ashram, or some old peoples are living there, maybe some school is there and some exams are going in the school. When all the people will blow the horn, they will honk the horns, so it will make a great noise and it may be injurious for the student as well as in the hospital. The patients will become irritated because these type of noise is not good for their health. So we should have to be cautious when there is no horn zone. That means we don't have to blow our horns. Okay. And this type of sign you have seen and you know about this sign. These all are the parallel black and white lines. That means that is zebra crossing. You have to cross the road from only the zebra crossing because these are meant for the pedestrians. Now this is no parking zone. Wherever you want that I am going to buy something from the nearby the shop, so I am keeping my cycle here or I am keeping my motorcycle here. That is not the way, because all places are not made for your parking zone. So there are certain parking zone where you have to keep your vehicle, and where this type of sign is given, that means you cannot park, you cannot keep your vehicle on that place. Okay. So this is no parking zone and this is no entry. Sometimes we are in hurry, we want some shortcut roads, we want to enter inside some road, but there is this kind of sign is given. That means maybe the road is under the construction, maybe there is some accident happened, so these are being binded, and somewhere it may be some kind of problem is there, so people are not allowed to go inside that road. So this is the no entry sign and you have to follow this sign. Okay. And then another sign, it is no pedestrian. Some roads you will see this kind of no pedestrian sign. One man is walking and it is being crossed. So this is a sign where we can see it is a no pedestrian sign, means persons cannot walk on that road, because these type of roads are maybe very busy and the heavy vehicles are running on that road. And when you will enter inside that type of road, maybe some kind of vehicle may come on your place and heavy vehicles cannot stop their vehicle all of a sudden, because they take time to stop their vehicle. So it is suggested you don't walk on that road, because if the driver want, even then he cannot stop the vehicle, because he knows that this is the place where no one can walk. So he will come, obviously he will come in the speed, and when you are walking on the road, maybe you get the injuries, maybe you get the accident. So you should not walk on this type of zone where there is given it is not a pedestrian zone. That means you cannot walk from that place, you cannot go in that place by walk. Okay. and this is the no left turn. That means person cannot take the left turn. Maybe on the left of the side some construction work or something is being happened and the road is very narrow, so it is given there is no left turn or the right turn. Last one is speed limit. That means you have to your speed should be limited in that place. If you are speedy, if your speed is at the verge of a very fast vehicle and it is become not being limited, that time your vehicle may get just somersaulting, it may just fall off. Okay, because a speed breaker means or a speed limit means on that place if you will not limit your speed, if your vehicle become not slow, the vehicle will become turnover. Okay, so these spaces the driver should have to limit their speed, so it can be saved, the vehicle can be saved from any kind of accidents. So these all type of signs I have explained you. If you have any question you can ask me. You have you understood all the things or not? So if these all things you have understood, and if you have any kind of question and queries, you can write over here. Okay, and there are two MCQ questions. One is the sign on the roads are called naturally traffic sign. We should use the dash to cross the road. It is the zebra crossing. So these two MCQ are given here, and the rest of the safety rules we will come to know and learn in my next class. Till that, be safe at your home and be good at your home. Don't be so notorious and don't do any mischief. Okay, go through your learning and go through your chapters, whatever we have read. If any question, you can ask me here. Okay, so I am waiting for 2 minutes. If you have any question, please write down. Do you have any question? Ma'am, there is echo in your room. Okay, but it was audible, no? You were able to listen. Ma'am, I can't see you. Who is writing? Onik, you can't see me. That means there is some problem. You are not opening the video portion. Okay, that's all for today because you are not giving any question. So I think there is no problem. Okay, if any problem, you can ask me in my next class. Okay, till that, be safe. Goodbye.